83% of people who start pursuing financial independence quit within 4 years. Not because they failed, because nobody told them the truth about how long this actually takes. The internet is flooded with stories of people retiring at 35, spreadsheets showing you'll be a millionaire in a decade. And it's not that these people are lying. It's that they're leaving out the part where they started with a six-figure salary, zero debt, or a spouse splitting expenses. Today, I'm giving you the real timeline, the actual math, the phases nobody talks about. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly where you stand and what it genuinely takes to reach financial independence, starting from zero. Let's get into it. Phase 1 is what I call the survival years. And this is where most people quit. Here's why. When you're starting from zero, or worse, from debt, your money doesn't work for you. It works against you. Interest payments eat your income, lifestyle inflation steals your raises, and compound interest, it's compounding in the wrong direction. The survival years typically last 3 to 5 years. Your only job during this phase is defense. Pay off high-interest debt, build a 3-month emergency fund, get your savings rate above 15%. That's it. You're not building wealth yet. You're building the foundation that makes wealth possible. And here's what nobody tells you. During this phase, your net worth might barely move. You could save aggressively for 2 years and feel like you've gotten nowhere. That's normal. That's not failure. That's the cost of entry. The median American household saves about 4% of their income. So if you're hitting 15%, you're already outperforming 70% of the country. The progress is invisible, but it's real. Now forget everything you think you know about linear growth. Phase 2 is the acceleration point, and it changes everything. Once you've cleared debt and built your foundation, something shifts. Your savings rate can jump from 15 to 30% or higher because you're no longer bleeding money to interest payments. You have margin. You have options. This phase typically spans years 5 through 12. And here's the math that matters. At a 30% savings rate with 7% annual returns, you'll accumulate more wealth in years 8 through 12 than you did in years 1 through 7 combined. Read that again. The first 7 years of grinding produce less wealth than the next 5 years of consistency. This is where the fire spreadsheets start becoming accurate, but only if you survived phase 1. During the acceleration point, your investment income starts becoming noticeable. Maybe it covers your phone bill, then your car insurance, then your groceries. Each milestone feels small, but psychologically, it's rocket fuel. This is also where most people self-sabotage. They see progress and reward themselves with lifestyle inflation. Bigger house, nicer car, subscriptions they don't need. And just like that, they reset their timeline by 3 to 5 years. The acceleration point rewards restraint, not deprivation, restraint. There's a difference. Phase 3 is where the math gets ridiculous. I call it the compounding takeover. Somewhere between years 12 and 20, your investment returns start generating more wealth than your actual job. Let that sink in. The money you saved years ago is now making more money than you do working 40 hours a week. At a 7% return, money doubles roughly every 10 years. So that $50,000 you invested in year 5, it's $100,000 in year 15, $200,000 in year 25, and you did nothing. You just waited. This is the phase where financial independence goes from theoretical to inevitable. Your wealth grows whether you're working, sleeping, or on vacation. The machine runs itself. But here's the pattern interrupt you need. Most timelines you see online skip phases 1 and 2 entirely. They show you phase 3 math applied to a phase 1 situation. That's not inspiration. That's misinformation. So what's your real timeline? Let me give you the honest framework. Take your current savings rate and find it on this scale. 10% savings rate. Financial independence in roughly 40 years. 20%, about 32 years. 30%, 22 years. 50%, 14 years. 70%, 8 years. These numbers assume 7% returns and starting from zero. Adjust based on your current net worth and expected income growth. Notice something? The relationship isn't linear. Doubling your savings rate from 25 to 50% doesn't cut your timeline in half. it cuts it by more than half. That's because higher savings rates simultaneously increase your contributions while decreasing the lifestyle you need to fund. This is the most important insight in personal finance. Your savings rate is the only variable you fully control, and it has an exponential impact on your timeline. So here's what actually matters. Not the perfect investment strategy, not timing the market, not finding the next hot stock. Three things determine your financial independence timeline. First, your savings rate. Second, how long you can maintain it. Third, your ability to avoid self-sabotage during the acceleration point. That's it. Everything else is optimization around the margins. The real timeline from zero to financial independence isn't 10 years like the viral posts claim. For most people saving responsibly, it's 15 to 25 years. And that's okay. That's still retiring a decade or two before most people. That's still freedom most people never achieve. The goal isn't to get there fast. The goal is to get there at all. If this breakdown gave you clarity, subscribe. Every week I release data-driven strategies for building wealth without the fantasy math. Hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.